In this video, we're talking about sexual and gender identity. You probably already know that there are lots of different kinds of people out there in the world. This video goes over some definitions and helps you to understand how you can make schools safe for yourself or for others who might be questioning or wondering about gender identity or sexual identity. Let's make sure that schools are safe places for everybody to be able to be their full selves. This video goes over different types of gender and sexual identity. It talks about how to create inclusive and celebratory atmospheres and why that makes such a difference. You already know about and maybe have encountered people who are trans, non-binary, or in some other way not typical in terms of gender norms. Gender is a weird thing in our society. On the one hand, it shouldn't matter at all what someone's gender is. On the other hand, we as a society spend a lot of energy on policing the genders of each other. Here are some handy terms. Transgendered or trans is someone whose biology or anatomy does not match their gender identity. They maybe are transitioning to a new gender. They might use pronouns like he or she, but they aren't the pronouns of the sex they were given at birth. Non-binary or genderqueer is someone who may not be trans, but does not necessarily fit with one particular gender. Sometimes non-binary folks use pronouns like Z or they. LGBTQ2I, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, two-spirited, or intersex. These aren't officially tied to gender, but show the spectrum of sexualities and how it's wide. Some people who are not trans or non-binary are queer, and some are not. Our heterosexist world impacts people from all of these identities and communities. Cisgendered is a term for someone whose biology or anatomy does match their gender identity. All of us have a sexual and gender identity. People who are trans and non-binary, as well as people who don't conform to some norms of gender, for example, boys who are sensitive or girls who are sporty, sometimes experience harassment and bullying. Notice how deeply uncomfortable it makes some people when they see someone who's messing around with gender roles or norms. We all have a role to play in making school and community safe for all people. I know you know that bullying is wrong. I want you to think deeper and go beyond the idea of bullying to think about how gender plays a role. Here are some things you can do to make the world safer for people who have diverse gender or sexual identities. Don't let it slide when someone gets made fun of. Speak up in support of gender fluidity. Help people find bathrooms suitable for all genders. If there isn't a neutral bathroom available, go with someone who might feel unsafe using a gendered bathroom. Educate your parents and families about gender and sexual identity. People my age rarely heard about this stuff growing up. You often know more than we do in many cases. Learn about Trans Day of Remembrance, trans communities near you, and programs or events in your area that will help make life better and the world safer for people who are trans, non-binary, or queer. Most importantly, don't be a gender policer yourself. Let people be who they are, free from judgment. You get to be who you are, too.